This is the editorials. We are broadcasting from Canada and I welcome you to it. My name is Sandra Asante. Today we'll be looking at UN's fears of the 1984's famine repeating in Ethiopia, as well as children suffering in the dragging on fight in Ethiopia's Tigray region. So I'll take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. I'll be back. Thank you so much for joining me. You're welcome back from the break. On the 4th of June 2021, the United Nations has warned of a repeat of Ethiopia's devastating 1984 famine, in which millions of people were killed. Close to 8 million Ethiopians lived in famine in 1984, and up to 1 million starved to death, according to the United Nations data. The call comes as the world body reiterates calls for an immediate ceasefire in Ethiopia's northern Tigray region. An estimated 5.2 million people in the Tigray out of the total population, 7.2 million inhabitants, are in need of emergency food aid, according to the UN World Food Programme, the WFP. Hundreds of thousands of people face famine conditions in Tigray after months of conflict, according to Mark Lowcock, the United Nations humanitarian chief. So Lowcock on Friday called on the men with guns and their political masters to allow unfiltrated access for aid workers in the region. The UN insists that those most in need of food are trapped behind the front lines, isolated, fearful, and dying of starvation. This is quite sad there because, you know, starvation is one of the hardest things to do. But we'll move to the suffering children in the fight in Tigray region. The battle for housing is part of a larger war in Ethiopia's northern Tigray region between the forces and Tigrayan fighters that has led to massacres, gang rapes, and the flight of more than 2 million of the region's 6 million people. More and more children are caught up in shelling in Hausen and other nearby areas, with at least 32 admitted to the Adia Hospital in the regional capital, Mekelle, for blast injuries from December to April. 13 had limbs amputated, according to the official record. Haftom Gebru, a 12-year-old boy from Hausen, was wounded by shrapnel in fighting during the Orthodox Easter. An artillery shell hit the pile of stones in the family's compound that then ricocheted in the body's direction. When his 60-year-old father, Gabriel Walde Alpa, saw the boy's wounded left hand, he knew it would have to be amputated. "I am so sad, I can't explain it," the father said in the hospital ward as his son looked angrily into the distance. "I felt it deeply." Haftom Gabret Sadiq, a 17-year-old boy from Freweni near Hausen, was also wounded by an artillery round that struck his home in March. He quietly looked at the stump on his right arm and shook his head. "I am very worried," he said. "How can I work?" Some of the young victims of blast trauma might have kept their limbs if they have received first aid at the nearest health centers. But such facilities are shelled right now, systematically looted, vandalized, and turned upside down. Eritrean soldiers set up camps in the Hausen Primary Hospital, which once boasted of equipment ranging from X-ray machines to baby incubators. Now it is thrashed and looted. "It is very bad feeling I have as a Tigrayan," said the now jobless technician, is 27-year-old Mesigna Hagus. "This hospital used to serve thousands of people. Now it is destroyed." This is quite sad there, but this is where I also draw the curtains on the editorials. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sandra Asante.